Hey, good morning, everybody. I just wanted to make a quick update, make sure everyone's staying on track. One thing I wanted to talk today about was discipline. And, one thing I've learned was, the daily activities that you do, day in and day out really determine how you set up your life. And one thing that I heard was, in life, when you discipline yourself or when you're going through your daily actions, do you want to get lucky when an opportunity presents itself, or do you want to be ready, right? Do you want to, put in the time in the gym, every single day to finally reach your destination and your goal weight, your goal physique? Or do you want to wait for it to come to you? Do you want to get lucky? Which, I mean, if you think about it, if you're not sowing the right seeds, you're never going to get to the destination you want to get to, right? You're not going to wake up one day and bam, you're down 100 pounds. You're not going to wake up one day and bam, you're going to have your dream job. You're going to be doing what you want to do for a career. No, you got to wake up every day and you got to sow the right seeds, right? You can't sow watermelon seeds and expect, you know, apples to grow, right? If the destination that you want to get to, you got to research that. You got to work towards it. You have to find what little things you have to do every single day to try to get to your destination. Whether, that's you wanted to become a yoga teacher, whether that's you wanted to become a pilot, whether that's you wanted to graduate from college, whether that's you wanted to lose 50 pounds, right? Go out, and if that's what your goal is, go out and research, what is it going to take for me to reach that goal? Okay, get that information and then break it down. How long is it going to take me? What steps do I got to take just to get started? And once you have those items written down, then you have to actually take action, right? You have to put in the work every single day, as small as it may be, but you're doing something, to get to that goal. And eventually you'll reach it. Okay. Now, if you think about it this way, let's say you don't do that. Okay. Let's say you spend the next 365 days, doing nothing. Okay. And at the end of the year, you don't reach that goal. Now let's take it the other way. Now let's say you spend the next 365 days and you want to be a pilot. Okay, you spend every day reading a book. You spend some days taking some classes. You spend some days doing some trainings. Okay, you're gonna know more within 365 days than you did when you first started, as long as you take action and you're actually working towards that goal. But if you never actually move, get up and go out and do it, then you're never gonna get there. Five 5 years ago, I took actually no, not 5 years ago. Yeah, 5 years ago I was working in restaurants, and I was working as a cook, and that's when I made the decision that I don't want to just be a cook. And so I started taking steps to see what I could do to move forward. I went from a prep cook, and I worked in restaurants before that, but it was 5 years ago when I made that decision. Started working my way up, went from a prep cook to line cook, sous chef, and eventually became executive chef. But it took those small steps. It took that thought. It took that idea for me to get from that one position to move forward and to become, to get ahead and become the next level, right? But I went to school. I researched what I had to do to become a chef. I worked with other chefs. I worked with other teachers. I worked with other cooks. Eventually became a chef, right? And then from there, I was presented opportunities to work in a different area of restaurants, and that's where I'm at today. Now I actually work in restaurant design, and sales. Okay. However, would I've gotten to this position today if I have never stopped and taken that idea, that thought, and taken action and actually become what I wanted to become to today? And it all goes back to waking up every day and working towards it. And even now that I've reached my goal, right? I'm not satisfied. You got to go, and there always has to be something else that motivates you even after you reach your goal, because if you stand still, right, the world is going to leave you behind. It's going to keep on moving forward. All right, so once you reach your goal, that's not the end of it. Don't think that that's the last thing that you're going to do. Right? You're going to keep moving forward. You're going to keep going to the next idea that you have. Right? Now you're just going to take your life experiences that you've already gained, and you're going to put it towards the next goal. Okay? So again, what is your dream? What is your goal? What do you want to do in life? Research it. Break it down into small steps of what you could do every hour, what you could do every day, every week, every month, every year, and then eventually you will hit your goals. Now you may not know how long it's going to take. You may give yourself a timeline, but as long as every day you do a little bit to work towards it, or as motivated as you are, you do a lot to work towards it, the more you work on it, the faster you're going to get to your goal. Okay? So if you're working 8 hours a day at your job and you're going towards a promotion, now think about it. How much faster you get there if you put 16 hours of work into your job. Okay, now time permit, you have other responsibilities, family and whatnot, but it's those extra hours that you put in as not watching TV or not spending time on things that aren't necessary, that aren't working towards your goals. It's giving up those little things that mean nothing right now that'll provide you the opportunity to get to your goal later. Okay, so don't give up. Day after day, you're gonna struggle, right? There's gonna be some days where you just want to get up and you don't even want to get up. You don't want to do anything at all. But if you've seen my other videos, like another one I said again, Mel Robbins, she goes, count backwards, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go, and it's the 5 second rule that she explains. Now I got to that because I wanted to learn how can I make myself more productive. So I went and I researched and I found this book. I read the book and made myself more productive. Right now, if I never had that question on how to become more productive, I would have never researched it and I would have never gotten to become more productive. Right? It's all about asking yourself questions, researching the answers, and then doing the answers that you find. Okay, so actually getting active and becoming motivated to actually do it, and not just researching it and never getting to it. Okay, so take action, find out what your goal is, search for your meaning of life, and remember, the meaning of life, it is what you make it is. Okay, and it can change constantly, but as long as you're working towards something that means something to you, you'll be fulfilled. Okay, all right, guys. So I'll see you in the next video. Thanks.